Okay, so we should get started now.
First
question.
You're very jet lagged, and I'm thinking it's going to be fast and loose.
First question here.
Hello.
Hey guys. You have done amazing.
I don't think Michael's that aware of digital technology, other than, you know, but I think that what happened was, you know, he met myself and Rosie Allison, who works with me, and he met Paul, and together we made him feel comfortable. And, you know, he was a great partner through the process. I mean, he's very much allowed us to make the film that we wanted to make, but there was one scene in the film that he was very keen on. You know, we showed him various drafts of the script, and he was always complimentary. But there was one scene that we'd cut out that he wanted in, which was the scene in the tea room, where Mr. Brown and Paddington are sitting alone, where Mr. Brown mispronounces Paddington's name. And that was a scene that he wanted, and we, Paul actually said, "Yep, we should put it in."
On the tone, because, you know, we were sort of trying to find a longer, bigger story than there are in the books, which are, you know, there's a sort of, there are moments of sort of narrative continuity, but mostly they're short stories, and, you know, they're great. We took bits from all over the place, but that was, and, you know, we had to sort of find some new narrative elements to kind of tell a movie-sized story. And he was brilliant at just reading the script and sort of saying where he felt things didn't quite fit into the Paddington universe, because we've worked on this a long time. Like, you've done almost 10 years and I've done over 5.
Sounds like prison, doesn't it?
Michael's done 55 years of solitary. So he's kind of, you know, throwing a knife across the room, or you're enjoying kind of, you know, humming to the little monkey in the box, and you know, there's such joy.
Or hanging Matt upside down.
Yeah, and also we did so many terrible things to Nicole. Like, day one, she was hanging upside down.
She'd just gotten off a plane, and then she was hanging
strapped into his harness. Yeah.
They did. They put me upside down on these wires.
Yeah.
I sent a photo to my family in Australia. They were like, "What are you doing?" Like, going to the circus.
Yeah. And the last thing we did.
We told her Sally had tested it first.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Just for fun.
Yeah.
Just the weekend. Just swinging upside down. My own time.
You have one installed in your house, haven't you?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
strange.
Just a
few.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. It's the way I get upstairs and down.
But,
he's got to be I mean, it's something that the protagonist isn't there,
yeah.
and it's the key role. So it's easy if something isn't there to almost forget. You know, it's that.
This is his chair. Important. He was supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Again,
what is that?
They won't let him in through immigration. It's really awkward. He's already been established as non-legal migrant, and he is not welcome.
Is he at LAX now?
He's well, yeah. I mean, he's on a plane back to London. He's been turned around.
I better go and pick him up.
Yeah.
Inclusion. But I think, you know, the moment when Mrs. Brown says, you know, when Paddington is embraced into the family, really is for me just my eyes well up every time I see it.
Yeah, I think there are so many moments, magical moments, and it did feel special because working with friends who you admire and love, and it's kind of what you want for every film. You feel like you can go anywhere. You can, and you trust the people you're working with, and you have a code and a language, and you understand how they think. So it felt it's sort of so rich, the film, and so creative. But I loved working, on the bike, I loved that, working with you. That was just something so outside. It just felt this lovely little sort of piece that before the actual story, you know, it's just a really nice flashback scene, and that was great fun to do. And see Hugh with the sideburns, just loving it and really rocking it as well. It was great, great touch. So that was a lovely moment for me. Also the snow, it was lovely, just playing in the snow. It was kind of just transforming the street. And then there was a line where the snow stopped, and then grey London.
Grey, rainy London kicked in.
Yeah, so it was this beautiful bubble. And I had friends passing that time. So I had this crowd around who sort of walk us by, just stopping. And then the sort of friends were, that was kind of magical, seeing she had her kids with her, and they're just watching, and then everyone joining in, and the Calypso band was playing. That was extraordinary.
And then all of a sudden, because the snow wasn't really snow that you could follow with balls, and we wanted them throwing snowballs, Paul had the idea of just putting bits of white paper that you could throw. Because that was spontaneous. Yeah. That wasn't actually written. And so there we were. Definitely taking, because also the light was going down, and we had around 5 minutes to shoot five different shots. 10 minutes to shoot 5 different shots.
That's why it's really exciting.
With white paper, the people with bits of paper and a bucket full of water.
We were filming in Costa Rica for The Darkest Peru, and it was really difficult. You know, the jungle is not a friendly place to film, and there was this moment where, because I just looked, and there was David wrestling this enormous thorn bush, because we had about 2 seconds before the light went. It dropped so fast on the equator, and you just looking around, he's kind of covered in thorns, desperately trying to get around. Going, surely there's someone other than David to do this job. You run out of people who are great, covered in scratches, anything to get the shot.
That's what's so good about David. David would be
not afraid to get his hands dirty.
No, you'd sort of at the corner of your eye see David on his hands and knees, scrabbling across the floor to try and holding the stick or getting you're always there doing stuff.
He's a mix. Years would say yes. I loved her from, you know, for so long, and I knew how funny she was, but not all of your roles are funny, and I wasn't sure whether you'd want to do a kids film or a kids comedy, and we sent the script much more in hope than expectation, but within luckily you grew up with Paddington, and you were the quickest, easiest person to cast. So it happened in about 8 hours.
Don't forget to visit us online on galatv.com. Click like on YouTube page.